Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Alpine here. It is time for a writer's workshop. Today, we're going to look at opinion writing some more, and we're going to look at how opinion essays are organized. This falls under the trait of organization. So, we know that an opinion essay has to first clearly state our topic and our opinion. We want to convince the reader to think a certain way or do something. We need to support our opinion with convincing reasons and facts. We're going to use linking words and phrases to connect our ideas. And we're going to make sure that we have a conclusion that wraps up our opinion and maybe even calls the reader to action. We will do our opinion writing by first stating our opinion. We're going to list the reasons why we feel that way. We're going to include some facts for each reason and support our reasons with at least, or support our opinion with at least 2 or 3 reasons, and then sum up by restating our opinion at the end. In the process of writing, this is actually the pre-writing stage. So we've already generated some topics and we've already chosen the strongest side when it comes to opinions. But now we have to think about how would we logically order all of our reasons for the opinion that we chose. And what I want you to do is when you think about organization of opinion writing, I want you to think about Oreos. Those delicious cookies. Well, not only are those cookies delicious, but they'll help you to remember how to organize your opinion essay. Because each letter in Oreo stands for how you're going to organize the essay. So the O is a first letter, and that means you want to state your opinion. Then the R, it means you want to give your reasons. E, I like to say expand. But remember, expand means giving examples, explanation, and elaborations. And then the last O in Oreo means you're going to restate or retell your opinion at the end. And just like kind of like in a sandwich, these Oreo cookies, see how they have a top and a bottom? Well, they're the same, right? And they squish in all the good details. Just like here, we want to state our opinion in the beginning and also in the very end, and we want to make sure that all of our good reasons and expanding details are in the middle. So, when we look at our graphic organizer, which is coming up next, I want you to remember an essay in 3rd grade has at least 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is our introduction paragraph. And in the introduction, we want to make sure we always start with some kind of hook to get the reader's attention. We're also going to let them know what our opinion is about the topic. And of course, we want to kind of introduce the topic itself. In the body paragraph, this is our next paragraph. Remember, this is where all that good stuff is, all this gooey stuff in the middle that's so delicious. Well, that's what's going to be in your body paragraph. It's going to be all the really good reasons and support. So you're going to explain all your reasons why you have that opinion, and you're going to support them with reasons, examples, facts, and additional details. And then the last paragraph is our conclusion paragraph. And this is where we're going to remind the reader of our opinion, and maybe we're even going to ask the reader to do something or feel something now that we've told them what our opinion is. So let's look at this graphic organizer a little bit closer. In the introduction paragraph, we want to again start with that hook. And remember, a hook could be a sound, a question, or a fun fact. Then your next sentence, you want to make sure that you introduce the topic. Are you going to be talking about class pets? Or are you going to be talking about your favorite season? Or are you going to be talking about why kids should use or not use technology? So kind of introduce the topic a little bit for your reader. And then the most important sentence in your introduction is your opinion statement. And this is going to be stating, basically telling the reader how you feel about the topic. You don't want to say your reasons yet. You just want to tell them how you feel. Do you think we should do something or should not do something? So that was after you chose your side. Remember, we have to look at both sides. You're going to actually tell them what side do you agree with? What is your feeling about and what is your opinion? After you do your hook, your topic and opinion statement in your introduction, we're going to start a new paragraph. And in your body paragraph, you want to make sure you have some kind of transition or linking words or phrases like first or the first reason I feel this way. Those are all transition words, and we'll take a closer look at those soon. But then, of course, you want to state your first reason of why you have that opinion. Remember, the opinion is how you feel about the topic, the reason is why you feel that way. And then we're going to expand, explain, give some examples or elaboration on that reason that you just gave. And you're going to repeat that. You're going to have a transition like, my next reason for feeling this way is, and then you're going to state your reason, and then explain and expand and give some more examples. And then you're going to give at least one more reason. You're going to have some type of transition or linking phrase like finally, or for my final reason, I feel, and you're going to tell us the reason, and then explain and expand and give some more examples for reason number 3. All of this is included in your body paragraph. And then finally, you're going to go to your conclusion paragraph. And in your conclusion paragraph, you have 2 basic things you're going to do. First, you're going to restate your opinion. That just means tell the reader your opinion again. So you're going to remind them of how you feel about this topic. So you can say, as you can see, and then tell them what you think. And then finally, the call to action. A call to action is really just telling your reader what you want them to do or feel now that you showed them your opinion or told them about your opinion. So maybe if you're talking about, your favorite season, you might tell them, as you can see, summer is the best season all year. And maybe next time you think about some kind of vacation or the best time to take a vacation, make sure you choose summer. Okay, or something like that. So you're just telling them what you want them to do or how you want them to feel. And that's your call of action. All right, so I had a friend who filled out their graphic organizer, and this was going to be about that class pet. So they said, well, I know I want to have a guinea pig as a class pet, and I want to try to convince my reader, and especially my teacher, that that's a class pet that we should have. So they filled out this graphic organizer. And first, they started with a hook like squeak, squeak. And then they said, well, the topic is having a class pet. But the opinion statement is a guinea pig would make a great class pet. So they feel that that would be the best class pet is a guinea pig. Then for their body, it says transition to start. And then they give their reason. They are fun to watch. And then this author also explained and expand, and they said, well, a reason why, or be to support that they're fun to watch, it says they wiggle their cute little nose. Okay, so that expands and tells us a little bit more about this reason. Then they get into their second reason, and they use the transition here. Also, they are quiet. Okay, so that's their second reason. And then they explain and expand a little bit more about them being quiet, and they say, hey, because they're quiet, they're not going to distract or disturb us while we're working. All right, that's pretty good information. So far, so good. Then they give their last reason, and they start this with, again, a transitional word, finally. And then they state their reason. Finally, they are easy to care for. And they expand by just saying, hey, the food is really cheap. So now that they gave all of their reasons, and they even gave some they expanded on each of the reasons. They're finally going to go into their conclusion. And this author said, well, to restate the opinion, guinea pig is a great pet. And their call to action is, we should have a guinea pig for our class pet. So that's telling the teacher and the reader what this author wants you to know or do. So this author went and actually made this into full paragraphs. So the last part was really just the graphic organizer and their outline that helped them organize. But here is where they put it into full paragraphs. And this green paragraph up here is our introduction. The yellow is the body. And then the red is our concluding paragraph. And as I read this, I'm going to kind of point out, you'll see little arrows come up, and we'll kind of point out all those parts that we included in the graphic organizer for an opinion essay. All right, first, The Best Pet by Christy C. Squeak, squeak. This is a noise that can be heard in some classrooms that have pets. Pets make a great addition to any classroom. I think a guinea pig would make the best pet for our classroom. To start, guinea pigs are a lot of fun to watch. I've owned a guinea pig for 2 years. It wiggles its nose at me all the time. They like attention, so they will come up to the cage when you stand by it. Also, guinea pigs are very quiet. They will not disturb us while we are working. The loudest noise they make is a faint squeaking sound. Lastly, they are easy to care for. Students can take turns cleaning up the guinea pig's cage every other day. You could feed a guinea pig for pennies a day. They like to eat fresh vegetables and need fresh water. In conclusion, I believe that a guinea pig will make a super addition to our classroom. My teacher and classmates should now be able to see that a guinea pig would make a great classroom pet. Squeaky later. Sorry, let me go back. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of exit out of here. You can see that this author has everything, all those parts that we included in this graphic organizer, but they just put it into complete sentences and then made those sentences into their paragraph form. So what I want you to do is take one last look here. And I want you to look at this graphic organizer really good, really closely. In your introduction, you start with a hook, you introduce your topic, and you give your opinion statement. In the body, you're going to use transition words and phrases to give each reason 1, 2, and 3, and make sure that you expand and explain and give some examples for each of those reasons. In the concluding paragraph, we're going to restate or retell our opinion, and then we're going to make sure that we call to action and we tell the reader what we want them to do or feel now that they know what our opinion is. Okay, so now that we reviewed this, your assignment for today is a drag and drop. So you're going to take each one of these over here, just like we've done in the past, and you're going to drag and drop each of these gray boxes to the part of the graphic organizer in which you think they belong. All right, let's go be writers.